everybody out there, and welcome back to Comic Frontline. I'm Chris, and you're here with me once again for another comic book review. And I hope you guys are ready for some massive feels, because we're going to be talking about Old Man Logan, issue number 24, the final part to Past Lives. And guys, this was an emotional ride and a really great final part to Past Lives. But before we get into any of that, two things. Number one, some preview artwork should be showing up on this side of the screen right here. And number two, spoiler alert warning, I will be talking about a lot of stuff that happened in Old Man Logan issue number 24. And if you haven't read the book yet, pause this video, put it in your watch later file, and come back later. I'm not even going to give a really in-depth non-spoiler overview. I will say this was an emotional book from the very beginning to the very end. If you've been following this series right along, you already know that Logan cannot make deep changes to what's already happened. We know that he's now with his family again. He's happy. He destroyed Asmodeus's medallion. But remember, he's still reliving his past. And I love the emotional ride, and I love the ending to this book, because the ending of this book really gives Logan, without spoiling anything, it gives Logan a lot of perspective and what to look forward to in the future. Artwork, a bit sketchy. However, out of 5, I would say this was definitely a series you guys should have checked out. If you didn't read it issue by issue, definitely get the trade paperback for Past Lives. It was really fun. The covers were really good. I love the evolution of the covers, and I really enjoy the story a lot. I'm looking forward to Diodato taking over in the art department, and the next story arc, which is going to be Maestro versus Old Man Logan. Really looking forward to that. And with that, that is the overview. I would definitely recommend checking out this issue, as well as the entire Past Lives story arc. But now we're going to get into some spoilers. So again, if you haven't read this book yet, put this in your watch later file, because you definitely want to read this for yourself first. It was very emotional. So, as we know, Logan destroyed Asmodeus's medallion, and he is in his happiest place. He's with his family again. Destroyed the medallion. He has his daughter back, his son back, his wife back. Everything is great. There's so much dialogue between him and his family. He goes out with his son. He's fixing the tractor. His daughter's riding a horse. You know, she's having a great time. But then we go back to the present with Asmodeus. Now, I mentioned this on Frontline Live, and Jay kind of gave an explanation of how Iceman could remember the message that Logan left him way back when, that the timelines were the same until a certain point and then they skewed. Well, apparently that's the exact same mindset that Marvel has, because guess what? As Asmodeus is trying to sell Logan's body, Iceman and Jean, young Jean, show up to save Logan. They take out everybody. They put Asmodeus. I love how Iceman kind of encases Asmodeus in like a up to his neck kind of ice. I don't know what you'd call it, but basically he encases him in ice up to his neck, and he's like, dude, free Logan. And he's like, I can't, something's wrong. And it happens actually right before they break in. He's like, something's wrong. I've lost Logan. The spell is kind of weakening for some reason, and he doesn't understand why. And Jean tries to go into Logan's mind, and she's there, and she's kind of seeing where Logan is, but she can't pinpoint him to bring him back. And again, though, the logic that this is Wolverine up until a point where things kind of change. Again, Marvel went with Jay's logic of this is Wolverine up until a point, and then that's where the timeline skews off into a different direction, and we get the Old Man Logan story arc. But anyway, what happens is the Hulks end up showing up because it's payday, and it's time for the rent, and Logan doesn't have the rent. So it's like, okay, this is the part where I change my future. This is the part where all I gotta do is pop my claws and just go to town on them and destroy them. As we all know, Logan cannot change the past. And as much as he wants to pop his claws, as much as he tries, he can't. And he gets the snot beaten out of him. And what happens is he realizes, oh crap, I'm stuck here now. I destroyed the medallion, and I'm going to watch my family die again. And what happens is the daughter, because she's upset at what happened to her father, and to make her father feel better, glues back together Asmodeus's medallion. And now Logan is met with a choice. Take the medallion and end up back in the present, or stay there and watch his family die, and then everything that's happened is just going to happen again, and then he's just going to be forced to live the same cycle over and over and over again. And because what'll happen is he'll go back to the present, and either he'll save Asmodeus again, or he won't, which he probably will, because he's forced to relive the same thing over and over. So what he does is he makes the impossible choice of taking the medallion and going home. And he gives the moment where he's like, just give me one big gigantic hug, the biggest hug you've ever given to his daughter, and she does, and it's so heart-wrenching because you see how upset he gets, because it's like, one day, I'll come back, I'll find a way, this was the best day of my life regardless, but I'm going to find a way one day to fix this. Takes the medallion and ends up back in the present. And what happens is Jean and Iceman are there, and they're like, well, what now? Are you okay? What do we do from here? He's like, I'm going to bring Asmodeus back to where I dug him up from. He takes the medallion, which is now broken. Apparently, the broken medallion makes it with him back to the present, and he tosses it into the ocean. He's like, you know what? I've been wanting to go back. I've been wanting to find, Banner's kid. I've been wanting to go back to where I belong. Ever since I've come here, all I've wanted to do is find a way home. You know what? It's time I started living again. And one day, hopefully I'll be able to go back to my family. The family that he lost way before he had Banner's kid. And he just says, you know what? I'm just going to start living. And instead of looking backwards, it's time for me to start looking forwards. And that's how the arc ends. It was deep. It was really sad when faced with a decision like that, stay and watch my family die again, or go back to the present and they'll already be gone. I mean, the choice for many people would be the obvious one that Logan took, but man, the feeling though, the emotion of leaving his family again, it was deep, and we all knew it was coming. It was telegraphed in the last issue, and you definitely feel that here. Like I said, the artwork was a bit sketchy. Maybe it falls on the colorist and the artist a little bit, because there were a lot of details that were kind of covered over or not there or not present at times. But still, it doesn't matter. The book looked and felt amazing. This story arc was great. I would definitely say check out Past Lives. I'm looking forward to Deodato, like I said, taking over, starting with the next issue going forward with Maestro versus Old Man Logan. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm definitely on board for that arc. And we'll see where we go from there with Old Man Logan. And we'll see what happens after Legacy, because I don't know if we're going to be getting our Wolverine back. We've already got Laura taking over as all new Wolverine. Dawkins out there somewhere. Jimmy from the Ultimate Universe is out there now. There's a lot of Wolverines out there. So unless Old Man Logan at some point will go home, we're going to have a lot of Wolverines very soon. But anyway, this was a great book. Definitely check it out. And with that, that's it for my review, guys. So as always, Comic Frontline, we're your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, hopefully you will. This way we're in your sub box and you don't miss out on a single video. But now that the review's over, it's your turn. Let us know what you thought of Old Man Logan issue 24. Let us know what you thought of Past Lives. Did you skip it? Did you enjoy it? What are your thoughts going forward with Old Man Logan? Are you dropping the book? Did you drop it before this arc? What did you think of this issue if you did read it? Love to hear from you guys, and that's what the comments below are for. And until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I will see you guys really soon in the next video.